في جو راديو. تقدروا تسمعونا في لو سيت www.jo.plus/live ولا لي زابليكاسيون تاعنا في الاب ستور ولا بلاي ستور. تقدروا ثاني تتابعونا في لي ريزو سوسيو، فيسبوك، انستغرام، يوتيوب، تيك توك، بينترست، لينكدين، سناب شات، كاع. ان توكا اليوم معنا صانع محتوى امريكي، امريكان كونتنت كرييتور. معنا انفيتي تاعنا راهو في الجزائر او يحوس او بين دونك دار دو فيل، عطاو له فيزا تاع عامين اي راهو معول يدير كونتوني بزاف هاد الايامات. مرحبا بك كريس اند غلاديس. مرحبا بكم.
Thank you. I'm so happy to be here.
Thank you. Alors وقتاش جيتوا للجزائر؟
So he be asking, when did you arrive to Algeria?
So we actually arrived to Algeria 2 weeks ago now, and it's been a very fast 2 weeks. I feel like you need at least 1 month in Algeria to properly see it.
So Chris and Gladys, could you please introduce yourself to our listeners?
Yes, so
Yes, Gladys.
should I let Gladys go first?
Okay, well,
First
I am
time
from.
I hear this name. It's
Gladys.
Yes, it's
Yeah.
not popular at all here. Yeah, in my country, it's kind of popular. I am from Venezuela.
Okay.
Wow.
I was born in Caracas, and I started making YouTube videos on 2017 after I quit my job as a radio host. Yes. So I am a journalist.
Okay.
And after I graduated from college, I started working on radio. I had my own radio show, but one day I started making YouTube videos and I started traveling around the world. And one day the radio said, well, you have to choose, it's a radio or your YouTube channel. And I kept my YouTube channel. It's my job. So since then, I've been traveling around the world. It's my hobby.
This is why we don't travel. We are in the radio. You know?
It's a big responsibility. You have to be
It
here
is.
every day, you know? So
So you are right now a full-time job YouTuber, right?
yes.
Nice.
Okay.
That's good.
نهاد نبيلة واش قالتنا رابيدمون؟
قالت بلي بدات الخدمه تاعها في 2017.
كصحفية.
نو يوتيوب، باسكو قبل كانت تخدم
اوكي.
صحفيه، كانت تخدم في الراديو، ومن بعد قالوا لها لازم تخيري سواء الراديو ولا اليوتيوب، وهي خيرت بيان ايفيدامون اليوتيوب.
Yes. So Chris.
يوتيوب ماشي تاع الجزائر.
Well, I was actually I spent 5 years in the military, and
Okay.
it kind of like, well, it changed my whole outlook on life, and I realized like, man, there was a lot more that I wanted to do and wanted to see. So I kind of like veered off the traditional path of the way of life in the United States. I feel like in the United States we all finish like high school and right away get into like focus on what we're gonna do to retire at 18 years old.
Yeah.
Everybody starts thinking about what we're gonna work until we retire. And
Right.
when I got out of the military, I took off with a backpack for 2 years around the world. I traveled to 40 countries, and then I picked up a GoPro and started filming my adventures, and it eventually turned into, well, my career.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
وقتاش عرفتوا الجزائر؟ اسكو كنتوا تعرفوها من قبل الجزائر؟
He be asking, when did you first time discover Algeria or heard about Algeria?
So my first time hearing about Algeria was during my trip to Morocco in 2018.
Okay.
And I remember purchasing a plane ticket to come to Algeria because I thought that I could just come. And then I realized quickly that I couldn't get on an airplane to
It's
come
more
to
difficult.
Algeria. Yes. And I soon realized that it was one of the hardest visas in the world to get as an American.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Gladys.
And for me, because of Chris, we have to come to Algeria.
Yeah.
But also in my country, one day I was listening the radio and I listened a company promoting that they have direct flights from Caracas to Algeria. It was like, oh my God, can I go from Venezuela to Algeria? So I went to the embassy and
Right.
asked for a visa.
Okay.
Yes.
And Gladys and Chris, you got 2 years visa for Algeria. Yeah.
I got a 2-year visa.
I
She
got
30
1
days.
month.
1 month.
1 month, 1 entry, so it's done. But I wish they give me a new one. As you say
But
here,
why is
guys,
that?
inshallah.
Stay here.
Why is
Don't
that?
go.
Why did they give you just 1 month?
I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know.
برنت هنا
Maybe it depends to the passport.
I think
Yeah.
it depends on passport.
I think depends on the I don't know,
Maybe
the
the
mood
career?
of the.
Yeah.
It's Algerian visa.
I think it depends on the mood of the people at the embassy.
Yeah,
because-
it's the same for
Yeah.
any country
Exactly.
you ask visa for.
Yeah.
If they were in a good mood, they would give you a visa for eternity. If they
Exactly.
were in the good mood, just 1 month for you.
You never know.
And you know, I had heard of many Americans applying for the Algerian visa, and they tell you no, no, no. But 2 days ago, I was in Tlemcen, and
Okay.
I met 2 American couples. And yeah, there are a lot of Americans in Algeria. I had no idea. But I met an American couple that were here for the first time, and they got a 10-year visa.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So yeah,
They
اللي
got
كاش
so
عليهم كان هذاك
lucky.
وين تزوج.
me and the consulate have to have a talk.
ASAP.
الو واش كانت لا بروميير امبرسيون تاعكم كي لحقتوا لهنا للجزائر كي شفتوا الحاجه العفسه الاولى اللي ماركتكم؟
What was your first impression when you first landed here in Algeria?
Well, to be honest, my first impression as soon as I landed was that the people were incredible. I usually land in a country and the first people I got to be afraid of are the taxi drivers. Like usually
As you should.
that's like standard everywhere in the
Yeah.
world, right?
Yeah.
But our first experience arriving here was that the taxi driver that we first encountered was extremely nice, friendly. He was giving us like a city tour, even though he barely spoke English. He was like speaking to us in French the whole time. Even though we told him no French, he talked to us in French the whole time. The whole 40 minutes. He was pointing at where to eat the best fish, where all the monuments along the way.
Did he charge you for extra money?
No, so we found out that we got an honest price,
Nice.
you know.
Ouais.
But funny experience is that we had plenty of other taxi drivers who didn't want to like collect the money
They
and
didn't want-
overcharge us.
Oh, wow.
And then there was one taxi driver on my very first video that I published here.
We'll give you the abaya. We'll give you the.
Yeah, he took off his clothing
Yeah.
to give to me in order for me to enter the mosque because I'm not Muslim,
Yeah,
so I
yeah.
don't really know what the
How it
rules are.
works, yes.
So I showed up to the mosque just to sightsee and go, and he's like, "No, my friend, you can't go like that." So he's like, "Don't worry though, I give you my clothes."
That's so nice.
And
of
he
you.
just took off his clothes and handed it to me.
نحل abaya وعطاله. And the same for Gladys. They give you something to put in your head.
This one.
Okay,
This
that's good.
scarf. Yeah, when we went inside the mosque, like a security lady told me I can't be with my hair uncovered.
اوكي
So a lady that was passing by, she got notice of that and she took her scarf off and gave it to me. Like she put it around my head.
That's good.
رابيدمون باش ما نساوش نترجموا نبيله واش كانوا قالوا رابيدمون
بون قال لك النهار الاول كي جا هنايا شاف بلي الناس بزاف هايلين والطاكسي الاولى كان خايف بزاف من الطاكسيات الا جوغ يحقروهم
فيها
بالعين جوغ سوا يدوا لهم صوالحهم ولا يزيدوا عليهم الدراهم. باغ كونتخ نو الطاكسي اللي يركب معاه الاولاني كان بزاف هايل ما كانش يعرف يهضر لونجلي بصح قاعد يهضر معاهم بالفرنسي ودار لهم السيتي تور شغل دار بهم في لا سيتي وهنا يبيعوا الحوت مليح وهنا يبيعوا الماكله مليح ومنه قاعد يوري لهم باطل من عنده وما خلصش عليهم دراهم زياده جوغ حسب لهم حسابهم. وكاين خطره وين ركب مع طاكسي جا دخل الجامع قال له لا ما تقدرش تدخل هكا لازم زعما جوغ تحترم الجامع نحى العبايه تاعو طاها له لبسها وهي نهار جات داخله كيف للجامع جات وحده قالت لها ما تقدرش تدخلي بشعرك عطات لها الشال تاعها باش تغطي شعرها.
اوكي
والشال تاعها راه هنا هي اللي جابته درك.
ايوا تري بيان. دونك اليوم هو النهار الاخر تاع كريس غلافيس هنا في الجزائر. دونك كيفاش كانت الاكسبيريونس واش درتوا كامل في السيجور تاعكم؟
So basically this is pretty much your last day here in Algeria. He is asking how was it like the full experience, what did you do, what are the main activities that you experienced here?
Me? Okay. Well, for me, the best part it was meeting all the locals because here people it's so friendly. It never happened to me before that somebody just took the scarf and gave it to me. You know, it never happened to me that somebody just invited me lunch just because that happened to us in Iran as well. And also the other day we were eating a karantik and they didn't let us pay for that, like on the top, you
They
know,
offered it,
in Iran as well. So that is very nice. Here people are like very kind with the tourists.
Yeah.
Okay.
They always say, "Welcome to Algeria. Why you came here? Are you enjoying my country?" So, and that is very, very awesome. And the country as well. It's Well, I think people make the country, but if we talk about the
Algeria.
places, like a lot of places, it's big. So 56 states, right?
58.
58. So it's a lot of
Yeah.
territory, and we need to come back.
واش قالت نبيله؟
قالت لك باللي نهار جات لهنايا عجبها الحال باسكو الناس كانوا بزاف طيبين ويعرفوا يهضروا، وقالت لك جامي رحنا للبلد وخلصوا لنا فطور ولا كاش وحده نحات خمارها ومدته لي، ونهار راحوا ياكلوا 40 بونس في وهران ما خلصوش عليهم. وقالت لي كاين بزاف ولايات حابه تروح ليهم باسكو الجزائر كبيره فيها 58 ولايه، دونك ماذا بها تزور كاع الولايات، وعجبها الحال بزاف وراهي باغيه تعاود تولي.
نعرف in person. I know a person who is proud of his city. It's
Oran, of course. I'm from Oran, so that's
Oran's
why.
a special place.
Yes, it is. So that's why I want to ask about your experience in Oran. How was it? How did you feel about it?
So it was incredible, but I feel like exactly how Gladys just explained it. The best part about Algeria has been the people so far. The experiences that we've had have been incredible, and I've been to 75 countries now, and the hospitality that I have found here in Algeria has been special, and I haven't found anywhere else in the world, and I think it has to do with the lack of tourism.
Yeah.
Because the hospitality and the people that you encounter, it's 100% authentic. The people here are not surviving off of tourist dollars, you know?
True.
You go to surrounding countries, and I'm not talking bad about any country because I love Morocco, Tunisia, Egypt. They're great countries. They're beautiful. But unfortunately, you walk around the streets of Cairo, you walk around the streets of Marrakesh, and, you know, you're a walking dollar bill. You're a walking dollar bill to a lot of people. And yeah, you come across amazing local Moroccan people, but as a tourist, you find yourself in tourist places, and in tourist places, you encounter people that are, you know, trying to take all your money. And here, you don't find that. You don't find that anywhere. And the people, wow, I don't even know how to really dive on into it because a lot of people told us so many prejudices about Algeria before coming here. People were like, you got to be careful filming on the street. You got to be careful with the police. You got to be careful with the people. And it's been completely different. The police officers have joined us on the streets asking us where we are. They'll put a police officer with us to make sure we're safe. No one cares about the camera. In fact, people love the camera.
Okay.
People love to just share their culture with you, and it's beautiful.
اوكي نبيله؟
قال باللي راح بزاف بلدان و جو الجزائر فريمون عجباتو، والحاجه اللي غاثو كي جا للجزائر سي بيان ما صابش ترويج. الناس ما يروجوش للجزائر، ما يروجوش الثقافه تاع الجزائر وما يهضروش عليها بزاف. باغ كونطخ راه غير تونس ولا المروك دعوه شاعله عندهم. وقال باللي كي كان يمشي في الشوارع كوم سي راهو زعما باغ في الامريكان، وقلت لي كانوا فيها بزاف لي توريست وبزاف عباد من الخارج. انا في الجزائر ما كاش دعوه.
اوكي.
دعوه طافيه. وفاني كانوا قبل ما يجي للجزائر كانوا يحذروه، يقولوا له بالك تصور في الطريق، بالك من لابوليس، بالك كش ما يديروا لك، بالك على صوالحك اكسيتيرا. دايرين في بالهم علينا عباد مغلوقين. دونك سمع بزاف اشاعات وكي جا للجزائر ما صافش كاع هذيك الهضره، ما كاش منها. قال لك بالعكس البوليسي يعرضوا قاعد يقصر معاه ويسقسي وراهم رايحين ويري لهم في الطرق ويوصي فيهم زعما باش يردوا بالهم على رواحتهم.
الحاجه الثانيه اللي هضر عليها ان بوين هضر عليه تري امبورطون، قال رحت زرت شحال من بلدان عربيه وكانوا يشوفوني على اساس اني آلة اموال دراهم دولار راه يمشي. باغ كونطخ اون الجيري لي جون ما يبروفيتوش، ماشي اللي يستغلوا هذا الشيء.
هضر ممكن الدولار بيل على اساس كاين بزاف لي توريست فما اللي عندهم العمله تاع الدولار. باغ كونطخ هنا كي كان وحده، كان بريسك وحده.
عباك وشنو عباك دوكا هاد لاسين اللي راهي صاريه دوكا هنا، عباك فكرتني في الفيلم تاع طاكسي المخفي تاع 8 عريبات كي كان يترجم الاخر. اسمه عيسى واش.
He's talking about the situation when she's translating. It's in a famous Algerian movie.
Oh really?
I missed that.
No, يحكي على تاع طاكسي المخفي.
طاكسي المخفي كي راك زعما هكايا واش هو يقول بلي اسمه عيسى واش. صحيح دقيقه ولا غير عفسه كي ترجموا ما تخزروش فيا بس كان يبان ما نفهمش اونجلي. I understand English but I don't talk it.
I literally have an Indian accent.
He's
Sometimes,
facing me,
yes.
that's why while I'm translating, I'm looking at him, and he got bothered by me looking at him. He was like, I do understand English, why you are translating to me?
That is funny.
Gladys and Chris, وش هي الماكلة اللي عجبتكم لو بلوز هنا في الجزائر؟ اسكو دقتوا ديجا الماكلة تاع الجزائر؟ وش الحاجة اللي عجبتكم لو بلوز فوالا؟
So he be asking if you tasted any Algerian traditional food or Algerian food in general, and what was your favorite plate?
Couscous.
Couscous,
We
yes.
love the couscous. Yeah, we love the couscous, and to be honest, I think the other dish that I really enjoyed, surprisingly, even though everybody, for some reason, every time we mention karantika, people are like, "Yeah, you really like it?" Like that's what people tell us. I don't know why, but I really love the karantika because it's something that we don't have, and it's something very different.
I'm so proud now.
But did you try karantika with a hot sauce?
Yeah, we tried it with the hot sauce.
Was it tasty?
It was very delicious.
You
انا
must-
باك الحاجه اللي عجبتني سي عجبو الكسكس وزار البلدان الغربيه والشرقيه.
It's a good sign.
So both of you, your favorite place is couscous, right?
كسكس
No,
No.
for me, one day we were sharing a taxi, and we met this lady called Miriam, and she invited me to her house, and her mom made dinner for me, and she cooked something that it's very traditional, but I forgot the name. I showed you the picture. Rikshta. So that's my favorite dish. Rikshta made by this beautiful lady. Look at the table.
Oh my
It
god.
was so nice, and after that they invited me tea with this that I really liked as well.
Yeah,
I don't know what
some
is.
sort of cookies?
Yeah,
المعكرة.
so it was made of dates. And well,
معكرة.
dates are also delicious here. I
Yeah.
found stuffed dates.
Yes, we do have some
I was
dates.
like, oh my god, this is my favorite sweet, in the entire world. Like stuffed dates are delicious, but the rikshta, it's very good.
And Algeria has the best dates in the world,
Yes, we do.
and they're everywhere.
Yes, we do.
we have the best thing in everything.
And you know what's funny? The other day we purchased a bag of dates, and I'm walking around the city center filming a video, and this guy comes up to me and he's trying to let me taste his honey off the same spoon, and I'm like, I don't know if I want to do that right now. And then I offer him some dates, and he's like, bro, I'm Algerian. I eat this my whole life. I don't want any more.
I need dollar.
شنو هما البلايص اللي زاروهم باش نعرفوا البلايص اللي ما زاروهمش بالكم بروبوزيو لهم
وي
ما
فوالا
بيلوش.
So he be asking what are the places that you still didn't visit or the places that you visited so we can propose you other places or cities so you can discover.
I feel like I haven't seen anything.
Really?
I haven't seen anything. Algeria is huge.
Yes.
In 2 weeks, you can't
Yeah.
see anything. I've only gone to Algiers and Oran, and we decided to. We were supposed to go to Annabach, Constantine, Batna, a whole bunch of places, but
Yeah.
we decided that for the first trip, it's best to just get
Be
to know
picky.
Algiers well,
Chris,
get to know
but it's
Oran
easy
well.
for you. You have 2 years visa, not Gladys.
Yeah, exactly. I'm like,
I feel
I
like
want to go everywhere. Like
Yeah.
right now, I want to go to Tipasa.
Well, maybe if the right people hear this interview, they'll give Gladys a 2-year visa.
yeah.
Maybe, yes.
No, I have a list here on my Google Maps. I want to go to Sefar, Guelma,
Sefar.
Setif, Timgad,
Team
Jamila, of course. A lot of places that Shreya,
Sharia.
yeah, where you can find snow, the
Rishta.
Sahara, of course.
Yeah.
A lot of places.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully it's a good opportunity for the visa people to give you extra time so you can visit all these places and even more. I don't know, it's just critical how they do be given visas to people. It's just not really that clear.
The whole visa process, I completely understand, especially, there hasn't been a place in the world that I have visited where the locals ask you, how did you get a visa? But in Algeria, everybody knows that the visa is impossible to
Yeah.
get. So everybody's like, how did you get a visa? And somebody explained it to us very well, and I very much understand. It's the same as her country. Obtaining visas is extremely hard for Algerian people. So like you guys apply the same rules as we apply to you guys. We
Yeah.
make it difficult for you guys to enter. You make it difficult for us, and I think it's fair. I
Yeah.
mean, it's fair. And I think that if the visa process was like Morocco, like Egypt, where you just show up, I
No,
feel like
we are
it
special.
would affect the country a
The
lot.
country, yes, and the economy.
Yeah.
كاين انا اللي حاب نسقسيه ثاني لي روتور تاع لي كومونتير الناس دونك صرا بزاف تفاعل في لي ريزو على لي بوبليكاسيون تاعهم لي فيديو تاعهم دونك كيفاش كان لو روتور تاع الناس
Alright, so when you came,
على الجزائر
yeah, when you came here to Algeria, you started vlogging and posting videos about Algeria, posters, etc. How was the feedback? How did people react with your visit to Algeria?
To be honest, a lot of love, obviously, but there's also a lot of like political comments in the comment section.
Really?
Yeah, like a lot of people from, well, obviously Morocco, Egypt, like North African countries. I don't know what the problem is. Is everybody in North Africa?
They jealous.
It just like
jealous
this.
from us.
We are the best. We are the best.
There is a lot of conflict when it comes to the neighbors. So it's totally understood. Here, between us, we keep fighting about traditional outfits, traditional dishes.
That's
like
why.
there was
That's why I wanna ask Gladys. Did you try traditional dress or
outfits
from Algeria?
Yes, well, this lady Miriam I met, she gave me 2 dresses, one to use inside of the house and one.
Which one?
I don't know. I don't
You
know
have
the name.
pictures?
No, I don't have pictures, but then I will send the
Yeah,
picture to you.
yeah.
And last night at the dinner, they gave me another dress that I can use on the street, but it's
know what?
Hamasir.
You have
Kabyle.
جبة
you
قبي
have,
قبيلية.
you have to try the Kabil jibba because you look like Kabil.
Kabyle.
A Kabil.
I just want to go back for the feedback part about your posters and vlogs on social media. How was it? You were talking about politics.
So, just as many bad comments that I received from people like in Morocco and Egypt, there's also plenty of Moroccan people in the comment section that were like, man, Algerians are my brothers. Like, I don't know what the big problem is. Like, some people just have nothing better to do than to talk negative things about another country. But, like, I don't understand because there was an argument that was like 50 replies long about fighting over whose couscous is whose, and I'm like, like there's bigger problems in the world than to be fighting over couscous.
That's like in my country, we fight with Colombia for the arepa, which is a traditional dish. Arepa, we eat arepa every day for every breakfast. And with Venezuela,
تقدر تكسبليكي لنا شنو هذا عارفه
yeah, it's made with corn. For you, it will look like a sandwich, but it's an arepa. It's made with corn, and then you stuff
Hot
with
dog type
whatever
Venezuela.
you want. Looks like this.
Okay.
Looks delicious.
It's delicious.
It's
So
worth
we
it.
Venezuelans, we say
It's worth the
arepa
fight.
it's ours, and Colombia say they're like, no,
Yeah, it's
arepa
worth-
it's from Colombia.
I know
It
that's
looks delicious
I know that's between Venezuela and Colombia. You fight about beauty contests because you have the most beautiful
Of
women.
course, of
Yeah.
course, we have the world record.
Yes. and every
Miss
time.
Universe. Whenever I go to Thailand, whenever I travel to Thailand, and people in Thailand ask me where I am from, I say Venezuela. They go like, "Oh my God, Miss Universe, Miss Universe." I'm like, yes, that country.
That's me.
ده
That's
اخترت
us.
زرية واقع.
Has Algeria
Excuse me,
ever
Algeria.
won a Miss Universe?
No, I'm Miss Algeria,
Really?
and Algeria never compete in Miss Universe. I don't know why, but
I am
maybe
Miss World
right?
Wonder.
Why? Why
maybe
is
next
that?
year.
Yeah.
It's because
Hopefully.
of the culture. We don't have that kind of culture here, so they
It's
can
true.
compete for
No,
Miss Universe or something
no, we
big.
don't have the franchise.
Oh,
And
okay.
also, we every time we see Colombia and Venezuela, they always win. So you have changed
Colombia,
that.
no, Venezuela.
Yes.
Venezuela.
It's a big problem between Venezuela and Colombia.
Couscous Algerian beautiful women Venezuelans.
الوغ نعاودو نقولوا برك
Exactly.
نعاودو نقولوا برك الفواياج تاعهم دونك كريس ان غلاديس اسكو تقدروا تحكوا لنا ثاني الاكسبيريونس تاعكم في لا كاسبا شفنا ثاني لي فوتو تاعكم في لا كاسبا واش رايكم في لا كاسبا
You have visited Kasbah, so he's asking about the experience. How was the feeling there? The view, since it has like view on the city, view on the beach. He also be asking about the buildings.
Ouais.
How did you find the whole experience in Kasbah?
I love it. It's World Heritage.
Heritage.
¿Cómo lo dices? How do you say?
World Heritage.
World
Heritage,
Heritage site. So I always like to visit those places, but the Kasbah here it's very special because there's not a lot of people, and I tried something I've never tried before there, and it was coffee with rose water.
Rose water.
Yeah, and I wasn't expecting that. Is that common here?
Yes, it is common.
Wow, I didn't
Yes.
know. So I ordered a coffee, and the coffee smelled delicious. I was like, oh my God, what is this? And the lady said, it's rose water. I'm like, what? Rose water? I've never heard of that. And I tried at the Kasbah. So I will never forget that. And also, I really love to discover the fountains that are left.
Yeah.
I took some pictures. Well, Chris did a photo shoot for me in the Kasbah. Yeah, it's very, very lovely.
And I
اسكو
feel
يقدروا كاش دي سبيكتاكل
دقيقة برك نعاودوا نفهموا برك واش قالتها رمزي.
انا فهمت يا
لا ماناش وحدنا.
قلت لك راحت القصبة عجبها بزاف الحل وسيت بوغ لا بروميير فوا قهوة
بالمزهر.
مع مزهر وعجبتها بزاف وقالت لي اسكو هذه العفسة شائعة هنا عندكم؟ قلت لها وي سي كلكو شوز تراديسيونيل وشمت الريحة مع الاول جاتها بيزار ومن بعد كي ضاقتها عجبتها وقالت لك تصورت فاني مع كاين بزاف ديور في القصبة مهدمين هي تصورت فما وكريس دار لها فوتو سيشن
shooting Kasbah.
اسكو تلاقيتوا باسكو لا كاسبا سي اون فيل تالمون الطرق تاعها ضيقين ينقوها بالحمير سي اون فيل مازال ينقوا بلا ميثود تاع الحمير دونك اسكو تلاقيتوا بالحمير تماك في لا كاسبا ولا لا
So he said that these streets of Kasbah are like literally super tiny and there's like turners everywhere and the traditional way to clean those streets is basically using donkeys. Did you meet any donkeys there while you were passing by Kasbah?
no, we didn't meet any donkeys, but no donkeys at all. No.
Oh, I wish because I like donkeys. Oh.
Yeah,
cute.
we both love donkeys. Every time we see them, we stop and take pictures. But I didn't see
If you
one.
go early in the morning, you'll meet a lot of donkeys.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, I need a new visa, definitely.
One
Yes.
month it's not enough for you, Gladys.
It's not enough.
And also the buildings, because you were asking about the architecture. I find the buildings very, very awesome. I know for people here it's very common, but for us it's like, wow, look at the buildings, you know, and suddenly a mosque. And suddenly a square.
Yeah.
So, and the, how do you call those birds? Las gaviotas?
The seagulls.
And a lot of seagulls and people enjoying the life. So it's amazing
Good.
place.
And it's
Yeah,
quite
good.
impressive. It's quite impressive for me. I'm an American, so I'm walking on the streets, and well, now I've been fortunate enough for the last 7 years to have been traveled around the world. But when I was growing up, I mean, my country's only 240 years old. Like every building, every sidewalk is older than my country. So it's quite impressive. Every corner you turn, the architecture changes here in the city because of the Ottomans, the French, the Spanish, everybody that has come here and left an imprint. I mean, the city changes drastically.
So, وقتاش تعودوا تولوا كريس غلاديس؟
When you are willing to come back again to Algeria.
We want to come back very soon.
لازم لنا اون دات.
Do you have like a precise date?
We've already talked about it. We're gonna try and make it back within the 5 months.
I have a day to go back to Venezuela to the Algeria embassy and knock the door.
Yeah,
Hello, I'm here. Take my visa.
I came back from your country.
I want to
please.
say this: when Gladys have the visa, we are here in Algeria.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'll be
In 5
here.
months,
I'll
I
be here.
believe you're gonna come during winter time, so you will have the chance to see the snow in Sharia.
And Sahara.
And Sahara
Sorry?
as well.
Yeah.
Yes, it's
That's
just beautiful
Constantine.
time to visit Algeria. There's so
Yeah.
many
Have to
beautiful
go to
places in winter.
كاين تانيك فيك قالت غلاديس كانت قالت بلي تحب الحمير كاين بيفوا كيديروه في جانت كيحوسوا كي فيزيتيو سيفار يروحوا بالحمير دونك الحمير يرفدوا فوق ظهرهم لي زافير تاع لي توريست دونك حوايجهم الماكله تاعهم ايتو يروحوا بوندون 3 ايام بلا تليفون ني والو يفيزيتيو جانت سيفار سورتو سيفار دونك اذا فوالا تحب فيزيتيها اون سي جامي.
So basically, if you want to do a detox from social media, detox from using your phone all day, there is a trip to Sahara, specifically Janet, and they go walking over donkeys for 3 days. So since you love donkeys so much, he be advising you to try this trip, traveling using donkeys.
Okay,
Yes,
Yeah.
that's great. I want to do that.
Yeah, that sounds
definitely.
great. That sounds like one hell of an adventure. Now,
Yeah.
one of the things that we've had a problem with since we've got here is that every Algerian person we meet
Invite you.
invites us to everything, but everyone keeps giving us new recommendations, so the list keeps getting longer and longer. And now even if we come back for a month, it's still not going to
It's
be
not
long
enough.
enough.
It's the biggest country in Africa.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
So it's difficult to visit
Everything.
58
Cities.
cities.
واسمه هذاك تاع امريكان ويست كانيون
اه
ويست كانيون الواد تاعهم الكبير كانيون عفسه
بن عكنون.
لا لا
الكانيون الكانيون
we have one in Algeria in Biskra Rofi.
The Grand
Yeah,
Canyon.
yeah.
Yes.
في بالكون
Did you know about Rofi?
No.
There is a place a big
Okay.
hall. صراحة لا الغوفي شغل جاي مدينة مي شغل تحت الأرض شغل محفورة هكا شغل حفر هكا شغل في واد في واد كاين الديور اللي تما باسكو كاين سخانة اللي تما هذيك في هذيك البلاصة كاين برودة.
وعندهم كي تشوفهم شغل يبانوا لي بالكون
جراند كانيون كيما جراند كانيون تاعها.
Okay, he said that there is a city under the ground where there is a river. زيدوا شنو فين؟
لي بالكون هكا.
I will show
And
him the
big
pictures.
balconies.
This is why Algeria it's vast. She is an Algerian. We know this place.
And I don't know about it. Yeah.
النبيلة تقدر تقول لهم باللي شوفي ديجا حنايا لو فاتكو هنا رانا في لو ميم ستوديو مي ماناش متفاهمين على لي بلاص اللي نبروبوزيو لهم تالمو كاين عفايس.
He said that we belong to the same country, but we are not really along to propose the same destinations because Algeria is super big and huge. Therefore, there is a lot of destinies
Wow.
to propose.
Wow, that is beautiful. That looks
Yeah.
exactly like the Grand Canyon.
Voilà.
Yeah.
Yes.
We need to go. We need to come back and go there. Beautiful.
I don't even know about it.
But that's
You
fair.
must
I don't
do
know any a lot of places in my country neither. And sometimes I watch YouTube videos. I'm like, wow,
Yeah.
that's here in Venezuela. I didn't know.
Which is my case right now.
Yeah.
لازم فيزيتيو تانيك فنزويلا و لي زيتازوني باينه.
He said we also should visit Venezuela and the United States.
Yes,
Yes.
you guys are welcome. You guys are welcome. We
Thank
were
you.
actually meeting plenty of people in the last few days that are all like they're I feel like the common dream here is to go to Canada, United States, or
Yes, the
or to like
American dream.
Europe. Everyone I talk to is like, bro, I'm getting my visa and I'm on my way. Like, welcome. You know, hey, my country needs good people like Algerian people. I think it can make a difference.
اسكو يعرف دي زالجيريان في امريكان واسكو غلاديس تعرف دي زالجيريان في فنزويلا؟
So he asked whether you know Algerian people living in the United States and whether you know people living in Venezuela, like Algerian people living in Venezuela.
Yeah. Well, the people from the consulate.
okay.
I met them. That was my first impression of Algeria, and it was very
Those who
lovely.
give,
They were
visa.
so nice to me.
Yeah.
So nice to me, and they like you can tell they miss their country. And at the same time, they appreciate so much Venezuela because they're living there and they appreciate the good things like the weather, for example, that for us is like
A normal
thing, but we have same weather all year and it's very nice.
Right.
And they were very nice to me, so that was
Now you know a lot of Algerian people now.
yeah.
That's
I
good.
got a lot of
You
friends.
are the famous Venezuelan woman in Algeria.
What about you, Chris? Do you know Algerian people living in the United States?
So the thing is I feel like my country is very different than a lot of the world because it's huge and like each state is like as big as like some countries.
Yeah.
So the United States is very very big, and different demographics are spread throughout the country. So like in my region, we are more Mexican, Guatemala,
Latino,
El Salvador. You go to Miami, it's more Venezuelans, Cubans, but you go to New York and that's where you find like the Algerians, the Moroccans, a lot of people from Europe reside in like New York City. I don't know why that is, but me personally in Southern California, I've never come across an Algerian. Never.
Okay.
I think my only experience with Algerian people have been in Europe.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah.
قال لك باللي الجزائريين وين يسكن هو ما كاش بزاف يسكن you live in South California.
Yes.
Yes. في South California ما يكزيستوش بزاف الجزائريين تلاقى بهم بزاف في نيويورك. قال لك وين يلقى المراركه والجزائريين بزاف.
لقمان هو زرتهم لقمان.
لا لقمان دي زاد فوالا.
فوالا سينو ما من جهته هو ما كاش.
اوكي
I have a question.
Yes.
في الافان خلاص كي تجي تكمل.
Vas-y.
My question is why people should travel. Both of you.
Oh man, that's a very hard question. I don't know. For me, it changed my entire life. Like, it's so hard because I meet people that have traveled and they say they don't like it. I mean, I don't understand. For me, I think travel is important because it changes your outlook on life. It changes your perceptions on countries.
True.
It makes you more humble. It makes you more grateful for the things you do have because, you know, even as we've been walking around and exploring Algeria, we hear some people complaining about like some things and how life is here. And I'm like, man, but you still have so much more than so many other places in the world. Like, as you travel, you start to understand your blessings a lot more. And I think it makes you a better person.
Yes.
We say about travel, you are not a tree.
Travel, you're not
I
a tree.
like that one.
Perfect.
Yeah, I think you should travel even in your own country because there's so many people that they say, oh, I can't afford to travel to another place. But you can be a tourist in your own country, always. So if you can travel the world, start with with your city. There's so many places sometimes that we've never been in our own city. And I started that way in my own city, in my own country, and then I started going to another countries. And my favorite part is always knowing new cultures, new foods. And also, it reminds me every time to be grateful and to see my place. Again, I'm going to repeat this as a tourist because sometimes, like in my city, Caracas, we have a mountain that it's El Ávila. And for me, it's normal. Every day I pass by. But every time I come back from a trip, I go like, wow. My city is beautiful, you know, and I also appreciate my country a little bit more. And traveling is just great. Like in Asia, they eat different things than here in Africa, and in Latin America, it's another type of life as well. And in America, it's also different. So all of us are important for the world.
اوكي دوين خرجت نوتيفيكاسيون في الجو برو قالت 10% باتري ريمينين الحقنا لافان تاع ليميسيون دونك
it's okay
اند غلاديس اسكو عندكم كلمه اخيره للمستمعين تاعنا ولا لي زالجيريان
Alright, do you have a last word for the listeners and the Algerian people?
Yeah, I think the last thing I can say is, man, you guys are a special country, special people. You guys have to be grateful for all those things that you have because your culture is very beautiful, and I hope it doesn't change. And yes, I hope to be back. I'll be back plenty more times, and everything that I'll be sharing about Algeria is going to be nothing but beautiful things, and it's because of all the people that have made us that experience. I mean, we did have one bad experience yesterday, but we don't got to talk about the taxi driver because he didn't represent Algerian people well. And I'm just glad that we encountered him yesterday and not on our very first day. Because if that would have been our experience the first day, it would have changed the vibe. But yesterday, we got out the car. I was like, whatever, and brushed it off and just went about our day. And we continued on to just meet lovely people. So I hope that never changes. And I hope that the Algerian people, even if you guys decide to leave your country and go somewhere else, that you still carry your culture and that you share that with the rest of the world because it's special.
Thank you so much. And we are looking forward to seeing you both again here in Algeria.
Absolutely.
To experience more cities, to experience more food, more architecture, and more everything. Yes. What about you, Gladys?
Thank you. For me, I have to say thank you to all the Algerians because of the hospitality. My favorite part was going last night to that house to eat the rista. And you know, they took the time to prepare a dinner for a completely strange people they never see before in their life. And I'm gonna miss my friends from Tlemcen. They invited us there to eat couscous. After the prayers at the mosque, they bring couscous and we all ate together on the street. And I'm gonna miss as well all the buildings, the seafront when you walk, and people are enjoying the Fridays, the Saturdays.
You're gonna miss us.
Yeah, of course, JOWRADIO, that you're letting us be in here with you this morning. But yeah, I have to say thank you.
You're the most welcome.
كريس اجلاديس يعطيكم الصحة. دونك ابونيو لي باج تاعهم انستغرام يوتيوب فيسبوك تيك توك. You have TikTok?
Every
Every
You can
platform.
find me on everything.
You are everyone. Just last question. Why your name is Kris?
Which one? There's so
Which
many.
one?
There's everybody's name is Chris in my country. Like, yeah, as I was growing up, I would sit in a classroom and there was a Chris Rodriguez, a Chris Gonzalez, a Chris Hernandez. Like, it's just very common names. So
Yeah.
I was looking for a username and I was like, oh, which Chris?
Which Kris?
You must ask Nabila for her Instagram.
Yeah, my Instagram is called I just don't know, bro.
I just don't know. That's a good one.
That's funny.
Gladys, your les pages تاعك donc
Your platforms, your pages.
Yeah, everywhere: website, Spotify, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok.
Gladys
Seara. It's my name
Gladys
and my
Seara.
last name.
Okay.
And my English YouTube channel, it's Seara Travels.
Yeah, and we're going to
Okay.
be having videos coming out every 3 days from Algeria. Next one comes out tonight from our experience at the Kasbah,
Nice.
where you're going to hear everybody talk about who's better, Uzma or MCA.
Yes,
And
MCA.
I didn't realize that the football culture here in Algeria
It's just
is
like
pretty
in
crazy.
Brazil.
You're gonna see
Yeah.
Chris wearing an MCA t-shirt with an Usma hat. So everybody was very confused. Like, what?
Did you prefer MCA or CRB?
Oh, CRB. That's
That's
from
another one.
Yeah.
Yes, that's
And
another one.
MCO. Man, there's
MCO.
just so
Yeah,
many.
it's from around.
Yes, Haran.
No, we've been realizing that the football culture is huge here and
Yes.
that people are super passionate about it. But I think football unites the world, so it's a great
Exactly.
sport. But no, to be honest, I don't
I am team Belaila.
Okay, she knows. She knows more than me. She's been asking questions.
It's okay, MCA, but he's from Oran, so.
غير كيما قلت.
كريس اند جلاديس. دونك جلاديس سيارة ولا ويتش كريس ابونيو لي باج تاعهم. راهم دايرين حالة في الجزائر، راهم دايرين حالة بالكونتوني تاعهم على الجزائر. نتمنوا لهم بوكو دو سوكسي وان شاء الله نعاودوا نشوفوهم بروشينمون في الجزائر في لي زوت ريجيون ان شاء الله.